just this is chapter 94, and I'm going to explain different structure in it, especially present indefinite tense. There are the experts of grammar who believe that present indefinite does not exist. In reality, they call it simple present tense, but there are others who believe that there is a difference between simple present tense and present indefinite tense. So for instance, to simplify it, present indefinite tense is used when we talk about habits, nature, and activities of subject. For instance, if I say he always tells a lie, I may be talking about somebody's nature. If I say he always smokes a cigarette, or he always drinks tea, so I'm talking about somebody habits. But if I say he comes here, then he goes to ground, then he exercises, then he goes to his office, then he checks his file, then he checks his emails, then he makes a report, then he attends a meeting, then he makes a report of that. These are all activities. Now if you know present indefinite, you can easily state how do you celebrate your birthday, how do you celebrate your Holi, Diwali, Eid, Christmas. You can use all these sentences. Like you could say that I celebrate Christmas on 25th December. I buy a lot of gifts, I invite my friends, I buy a lot of cakes, I distribute cakes among my friends. In the same way, if you talk about Diwali or Holi, that we celebrate Holi on so and so date, whatever is the date you can put, and we illuminate our street, we decorate our buildings, we decorate our house, we buy a lot of sweets, and we exchange greetings with our friends. We also invite guests to our houses, and people sing and dance, whatever you want to say. In the same way, if you want to talk about Eid, you could also say that we celebrate Eid after 30th Ramzan, or the 30th after 31st, and we put on new dresses, we buy new shoes, we buy new things before Eid. We make sweet dishes, we invite our friends, some people go to graveyard, or whatever you want to say that. In the same way, if you want to write an essay in your exam, how do you celebrate Independence Day, Indian Independence Day, Pakistan Independence Day? With the help of present indefinite, you can see everything, right? And in the same way, if you want to describe a personality, the nature of a person, you can use everything, right? He likes to drink a tea daily. And if there are two verbs, then you can just add two. I want to say something, I want to become a doctor, I want to work hard. So want is the first verb, and I have already told you that you can add two. Now you should remember that after two we always use first form of verb. There are only instances, 10 verbs in English, where we have to use an ing form. Otherwise we always use a first form after two, like committed to, I committed to going there, I look forward to meeting you. Sentences like this, I consider fighting, right? So you use ing form after two in some instances. Sorry, consider is different, but there are other verbs where you can use that. With he, she, it names, singular names, you can use s and es. Now the question is, where would you take s and where would you add es? It's clear that it has to be added, but where will you do that? So if your verb ends in ch, sh, double s, o, x, you will add es. He teaches me English. He addresses the nation. He brushes my suggestions aside. He brushes his teeth. He catches a ball. Ch pe khatam ho raha. He addresses his nation. Double s pe, this is ending on double s. And then in the same way, he teaches us. Against, it's ending in ch. He goes to school. O, ending in o. So in the same way, this is what you have to remember. If you want to make a negative, you will use don't and doesn't. I don't go there, he doesn't come here, he doesn't talk to me. In interrogative, you can take do and does in the beginning. For instance, do you go there, do you want to work hard, does he want to come here, does he help you? And in interrogative and negative, you will have to take don't and doesn't in the beginning. Don't you work hard, don't you help him, don't you come here. Now you should remember that why do we use interrogative and negative? We use an interrogative sentence when we are trying to question someone, when we are trying to pose a question. but we use interrogative and negative when we are trying to ask a question in a surprising way, or when we sort of remind someone something. So this is your chapter 94, and I've explained it in English so that our viewers uh, watching us in India, Brazil, or the UK, they might understand it. I hope it will help you. Thanks a lot.